Zenodo actually knocked out of the tournament yesterday. He's not going to be showing up in this top 32 bracket. One of the Midwest best, maybe even the Midwest best player he is, but unfortunately he's not going to be making a showing. The Texas Corrin player Cosmos taking him out.
And now, yeah, I was going to say, it's kind of a little bit of a toss-up now for what character you're going to see Nairo use. He, of course, is best known for his Zero Suit Samus, but he does have some very strong secondaries, most notably Lucina and Cloud.
Yep.
So I think we're just going to get straight into it. It's going to be Zero Suit Samus versus Corrin, two of the strongest characters in the game, but just a slight peg below the likes of Cloud, Diddy Kong, Mario, the super top tiers. These guys are in the next little section right after that.
Sure. And one of the things that defines Corrin's matchups is that if you can deal with that pin move, if you can kind of have the mobility to reliably chase her around the stage, you could probably do better against Corrin than most characters. I think Zero Suit does have the ability to do that. We'll have to see how Nairo chooses to deal with it as this set goes on. Cosmos taking a very early lead.
Also, something that a lot of people overlook about Corrin's side B is that you can actually stuff it with most attacks. And that's probably the best way to deal with it. Look, but Nairo, he doesn't even have to play the matchup. He has to play up air to up B and just adjust for weight.
It's a single-player game, man. He just knocks him all the way up. Just, oh my goodness, taking him all the way to the top very early on, and that's the Nairo, man.
He's still taken twice as much damage as Cosmos has, but he's off to a pretty significant lead to start.
Yeah.
That said, he still definitely has to watch his back. Corrin full of surprises when it comes to getting KOs.
Yeah, I feel like this character maybe not, you know, under-discovered, under-explored, but she has these weird setups and opportunities for kills. I mean, you see that tipper pin. That can come at you out of nowhere.
Yeah, I love how Cosmos set up into that, too. It was actually out of shield. He did a full hop into pin backwards. That's really creative thinking, especially because Corrin's back air hits very high. It'll go over a lot of characters' heads, so that's a great way to out of shield punish behind you.
Right now.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh my god, and he almost clipped him with a single hit in all that rage. We've seen Void lose so many sets in a heartbreaking fashion due to that.
I was going to say, shout-outs to Void. Yeah, the up throw's going to do it. Yep.
All right, and Cosmos, numbers in his favor right now. The stars have aligned. Let's see what he's got. Still has, I think, done more damage to Nairo than he has received throughout the course of this match.
Oh, yeah. I would definitely say so. Nairo just having that opportunity to get those early kills with that Zero Suit up air to up B combo, that patented setup. There's the boost kick. That's not going to be enough to kill him. It's going to send a message, though.
Zero Suit legitimately has like 16 ways to combo into that up B.
It's unreal. Yep.
Meanwhile, Corrin has to kind of earn her KOs the hard way, but she has so much raw power that it's not such a struggle at, you know, at the end of the day. This character's still very good. Wow, that was crispy from Nairo. Pivoting on a dime to land that back air out of the down smash, sending him flying. So, beautiful finish to that game one, but I mean, I just am still a little bit rustled about that first stock, man.
A little reeling off that one, yeah. And one of the things is that Zero Suit has so many options when somebody's in that stun that... So he could have gone for boost kick, he could have gone for forward smash, but he went for the back air, and I think that was the best option coverage, just because I think it caught Cosmo off guard. I think that if he went for the boost kick, he would have had, you know, sufficient time to DI, might have been able to live. But Cosmos kind of getting caught off guard by that back air. We're going out the final destination for the second game.
There's that back air I was just talking about. Even though it hits a little bit high and whiffs on short characters, Zero Suit's so tall that she's just going to get scooped up by it most of the time.
Yep.
Giant Dragon Wing with a disjointed hitbox. But there's no true combos into it, really, from throws or anything. Cosmos is just using it as a spacing tool, kind of akin to Rob's back air, where he gets that momentum boost.
Sure.
Okay, big string from Nairo. Nair to fair to up air to up air to up air to almost your stock.
Yeah, and you saw that he couldn't go for the boost kick there, so he went for the flip kick instead. That does catch air dodges. Cosmos DIing to the right direction and not get hit by that. Has a free punish here, and again, this is kind of what you and I were talking about, that anti-burst void set. Usually players will just go for a grab instead of something maybe that could be a little bit stronger.
I'm so glad that you thought of that, by the way, because I was going to say
yeah, we're on the same point. Yeah,
my man. All right, so here we go. Nairo with another big chance. Down throw at the edge, and that's always so scary. You're thinking he's going to go for the up air into up B. He's Nairo. It's his bread and butter. But no, all it takes is baiting that one air dodge out. Takes a raw back air to the face, and now Cosmos again with the deficit despite a beautifully played first stock.
Yeah, it looks like Cosmos is winning in a lot of these exchanges, but Zero Suit just has these crazy setups, and that's just the power of the character. in the hands of someone like Nairo. If this were any lesser Zero Suit, I think Cosmos would have ran away with this set, but just not the case here.
I love how Cosmos is trying to preemptively cover above him with his up air. It's such a big move. Also, great kill potential, but it doesn't matter. Nairo's just too quick and too evasive. Wow, a minute and a half long. That game was basically non-existent. That took longer than, I'm sorry, counterpicking between games took longer than that.
Yeah, that was less than 100 seconds for Nairo to eviscerate Cosmos. And one of the things that you'll know Cosmos for is that he's usually kind of a safe and patient player, but not so much here. You're seeing Nairo, who has a much more, risky, aggressive style, just kind of running all over him.
And look at that placings list, man. That is exactly why he has those placings.
That's unreal.
His fearless playstyle. A lot of, when this game came out, a lot of people were thinking, okay, it's like Brawl, because it plays like it, right? Like, the game kind of feels similar when you run around and stuff, so it's going to be defensive and all this stuff, but nah, man, Nairo, even since the beginning, like, when the metagame was very unexplored, when the shield stun patch hadn't even happened yet, this guy was still just mauling face, and not even with a character like Zero Suit. He was doing it with Robin, Dark Pit. He's been doing it since Brawl. Even in Brawl, this guy was an aggressive monster, and, oh man, it's just so... it's just not uncommon at all to see him end a set in 5 minutes or less at this point.
Whoa, oh my flip kick spike. He gets him with that, and there's only 30 seconds that passed. And kind of to your point, I think that's what we see at this top level. I mean, I think at the low to mid-level levels of play, we do see a lot of defensive options kind of winning out in patient play. But at this super top level, if you're at the level of someone like Nairo, you could do whatever you want. So right now, 61% is all Nairo has after that beautiful flip kick kill. Cosmos is just reeling right now. He's got to figure something out super fast to be able to get this win.
And the whole story for the first 2 games was Cosmos is doing really well, then Nairo just pulls the rug out from under his feet. This time, it's completely the opposite. Yep. Nairo has just been on fire since the jump, and a minute 15 this time. That whole set.
So far for that.
That was a best of 5 with under 5 minutes of gameplay. I think game 1 was short enough that it would squeeze in like that. Maybe like under 6.
And you saw the confidence from Nairo to go all the way out there. I mean, we know him as a risk taker. He went out that second game. He went out for that back air. He kind of jumped out and used his double jump. He's like, all right, well, I'll be able to make it back. Using his double jump, that's one thing. Using your double jump and your flip kick to land a back air.
It was worth it, though, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
It was totally worth it.
It was worth it.
And I'm sure you guys have seen the Beefy Smash Dudes video, man. The character has ridiculous recovery. Yep. She has basically the largest amount of distance to get back to the stage while also supplying hitboxes. Because otherwise, Villager would just take it free.
Oh, yeah.
And Olimar, I guess. But yeah, man.